a society that tells its youth that the answers can be found in the MTV video games.
That is so sad.
I know, like 5 chickens had to die just so she could look that stupid.
Josie.
She's so pathetic.
What the hell are you doing here?
I was invited.
Really? Isn't your dad my pool man?
Check wallet for his name. His face is in the muck.
Honey, look around you. To everyone here who matters, you're vapor. You're spam. A waste of perfectly good yearbook space. Nothing's gonna change that.
To practice surgery.
You're not gonna cry, are you?
In a 2015 study, it was found that 24% of girls are bullied as opposed to the 20% of boys. And recently, we found that out of 31 girls, 54% of them were bullied. We refer to this as an estrogenocide, a play on the words estrogen and genocide. Genocide for bullying is known to increase your chances of getting a mental health problem, headaches, and adjusting to everyday life. In essence, it can make your way of life much more difficult. Estrogen, for it is evident that more females are being affected. And to be real, it's a huge problem that the backbones of society are at risk of greater health issues due to a preventable complication. We surveyed 60 people at our school, 31 females and 29 males.
Yeah, so let me start. Okay. So my name's Serene, I'm 17, and I went to Sunflower Elementary School. I don't think I had like a crazy amount of friends. Like I had a lot of friends because it's like the classes were so small that you had to be friends with the people you were with or else you were going to be in like misery. My favorite memory was when it was my class's day to be on the new equipment because we had this really cool thing where it was like it was what it sounds like. It was new equipment where you would play on it, and it was a lot of fun because me and my friends would like get on it and make fun of the people who weren't on it. But that's a different story. Was I ever bullied? Yes, I actually was bullied, and it only happened once or twice by these two girls. One of the incidents being, which all of our friends remember as being like the only incident or the incident, was when I was on the swings and they came up to me and they pushed me off and they kicked sand on me, which I thought, well, now I think is pretty funny. Back then I was like, oh, those girls. And so a lady saw it happen, and it was like a yard duty lady, and she came up to me and she asked me if it had happened, but like, I didn't want to be a snitch, but like she was like, did it happen? Because I saw it happen, and I was like, yeah, it happened, I guess, like, because it's embarrassing, it's like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm like being bullied, because that's like lame. But yeah, and so then I don't think they got in too much trouble, which I was kind of glad for back then, because I was like, I don't like them, but like I don't want to have more reason for them not to like me, Yeah, so back then it wasn't that horrible for me. I remember I was just sad for a little bit because I was like, wow, those girls really like kick sand on me. And so yeah, I guess I wouldn't say I told on them, but I told on them. And how do I feel about it today? Yeah, it doesn't really bother me today, actually, like at all, because it's like, okay, we were in elementary, we were literally like 3rd or 4th graders, and that's like such a 3rd or 4th grade thing to do. Yeah, so I don't have any like resentment or anything. Would I have handled it differently? Well, probably, I guess. I mean, I would talk to them, I guess, but back then I was super like, okay, you gotta avoid them because I don't want them to like be mean to me or anything. And am I friends with them now? Actually, yes, I'm pretty good friends with both of them, actually. And it's really funny because it's like we bring it up sometimes and we're all like, ugh, can't believe that happened. Yeah, I forgave and forget. I think okay, so actually after this all happened, after they pushed me off the swings, we hated each other for like until my freshman year. So that was like a couple years of just like, no, I gotta avoid them. No, they're rude. I don't want to talk to them. And then I remember one day our friend groups just kind of collided in high school, and we all just kind of hung out. And then it was like, oh, these people are super cool. And then like, they're not the same like kids they were in 3rd grade. Like these are like teenagers. So yeah, we all just kind of became different, and now we're all just pretty good friends. So advice to others who are being bullied. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's different for every case. Like, if you feel that you need to tell somebody, or you feel like you'd be safer if you told somebody, definitely tell somebody. If you feel like you can handle it on your own, see if you can.
Me and Janina have been friends since first grade. Growing up, I went to Sunflower Elementary School. At Sunflower, I do think I had a lot of friends, but then again, everyone was friends with each other because since our classes were so small. My favorite memory at elementary school was probably playing the lead role in our third grade production of Geology Rocks. I never really got in trouble, but if I did, it was usually for the same thing, which is talking. Throughout elementary school, I was never bullied. At one point, yes, I was the bully though. One specific incident of me bullying someone was probably when I had pushed someone off a swing and kicked sand on them. I guess you can say something was done about the incident since the girl who I had done that to had reported it to a teacher. But me and the other person involved in the bullying didn't really get much punishment other than a lecture and was allowed to go back to class. Back then, I didn't really have much feeling towards my actions, but was only upset that the girl had told on me in the first place and thought she was being really dramatic about it. Currently now I realize what an awful thing I did and regret it to this day. I'm actually really good friends with the girl now and hope she doesn't resent me since I do not resent her at all. If I can go back in time and stop myself, I definitely would. My advice to current bullies is to realize the negative impact of their actions and the effects on both them and their victims in the long run. There's always time to redeem yourself if you really see the fault in your ways and to change for the better.
As women, we need to uplift one another instead of bringing each other down. As Cyndi Lauper says, girls just want to have fun, so what's the use in ruining someone else's? This problem won't go away in a day or a year, but maybe in the future we can all stand together as females and terminate it once and for all. It is important for students to report any bullying to a parent or an adult they trust. Often kids don't report cyberbullying because they fear their parents will take away their phone or computer. Parents will support their child's reports of bullying and not take away their phones as a consequence. We know that it's hard, but it's important for kids to remember that bullying is wrong and should be handled by an adult. In this way, we hope we can protect our children's rights to be happy. Thank you for listening.